What is going on, guys? David here, and today we are going to check out what's in this box. You're probably wondering why you have such a box that's so beautiful and elaborate, with a bee and dragonflies and flowers. What's going on here? Well, I'll tell you what's going on here. This box is actually pretty sturdy and very good box, even though the contents of what you might think might be in this box is not what's in here. But it's like pretty much a storage box anyways. But anyways, that being said, I'm just rambling on, talking about a whole bunch of nonsense instead of getting into what's the real deal here. But anyways, this contents has some good special stuff in here that I've had for a couple of years now. And I don't have a proper area to display these pieces. But these are some vintage stuff that I have, and I wanted to share it with you guys. This box I was gifted to me from Daryl. You already know who Daryl is, so I don't need to go over all the details of that. Rest in peace, brother. And so he had some things, and he knew that I wanted it. And when he was getting out the collecting at the time, he was like, "Look, you know what? Here's some items. If you want them, you can have it. If not, then I'm going to go ahead and sell them off." So I took the box, and one of the items in here that I originally bought at Movie Trading Company, traded to him, and then I got it back now in my collection. And but anyways, so let's go ahead and take this box out, or we can just put it aside if you want. Well, yeah, if I want. So let's go ahead and dig in. All right. I think it's probably just going to be best if we just remove this stuff out the way. Alright. So, the first item, well, no, I'm going to save this one for last. I think it's a very special item. All these are carded. None of them are loose. And so some of these are from different lines. Now, I'm really not too keen on these kind of figures, but since they're Kenner stuff, I'll make an exception. But I don't have a whole lot of Kenner figures from this line, but I'm happy to have them. And once I'm able to get a proper display for them, I'll go ahead and display them as they should be. But these are Star Wars Power of the Force. And the first one up I have, and this is the Princess Leia and Han Solo. So this is the Princess Leia collection. And he was a huge Princess Leia fan. And he pretty much had everything of hers in figure form for the most part. So that's what pretty much most of the stuff is, or maybe half of it. So very cool. And let's go ahead and pull out the next piece. And here is Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker. So, very cool. I like the fact that Kenner decided to use cloth goods. May not have been the best cloth goods, but it was something, especially for 3 3/4 figures. And this, I guess you could say, this was the vintage collection of its time. Even though they didn't have all the posability as they do now, but is pretty fancy for its time. So, next up, we have Princess Leia and Ewok Celebration outfit. I do want the vintage one, if I can find one for my Ewok village that I have. So here is a freeze frame action slide. So very cool. I like the fact that Kenner did that, you know. And next up is, here is Princess Leia, Slave Leia, I guess, as Jabba's prisoner, as it says here. And very cool. Sadly, we will never get an updated figure of this, as Disney probably won't ever make another figure. And here is another one. As you can tell, the card back's different, as it's got a holographic form, a picture right here from the previous one that I just showed. So same figure, same accessories, just a hologram or holographic photo. So, yep. So let's take a quick break and set all these up real quick. And I'll be sure to go ahead and pause this. Alright, so finally got those set up. I made sure that I paused the video so y'all wouldn't have to see me fumbling around with all this stuff. So continuing on, the final two pieces of these Leia collection. The first one up here is the Black Series Slave Leia. Now this was a piece that I had originally bought at Movie Trading Company, and this is the orange card variant or series. And yeah, I had bought this. This is when I first started to collect Black Series, and this is actually the first figure that I bought that I saw, and it was fairly cheap at the time. So I no longer collect Black Series. All the other ones that I've had, I've sold off, you know, and just can't. I'm just not interested in it no more. Like I thought I was. I tried it. I gave it a try, but that's more my style and love that I have for Star Wars, the 3 3/4. So, but yeah. So here is the original Slave Leia Black Series, and then the final Black Series I have here is the Princess Leia Organa. So this was way before the face scan, so you could tell that face isn't all that great. So but yeah, these are the two Black Series I got as far as when it comes to Star Wars that I will only have in my collection. So won't get any more. Alright, let's go ahead and set that up right here. Okay, and then next up, that's my Leia collection right there that I have so far. So rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. And next up we have is a vintage collection figure, and this came out back in, let's see, let me take a look at it real quick. Trying to think. It came out in 2010. So about 10 years ago. Anyways, so here is the vintage collection Boba Fett. So very awesome piece. I love the fact how they added that to it, you know, kind of like paying homage to the original. When you had to buy so many of these, and then you would mail in whatever, get a free Boba Fett figure. But yep, very cool. And this was like when the vintage collection was an actual, they actually took the time to sculpt the details and everything. So that's why I think the original vintage collection that they put out is a whole lot better than what they're putting out now. So we're gonna lay Boba right there. And then next up, I have, now I forgot that I had this. So, now this is a concept figure of R2-D2 and C-3PO. So this is what they originally was going to have them look like originally. And that's pretty cool. I've always liked the fact that that they went back and they did concept figures, you know, and I wouldn't mind trying to collect these, the the concept figures, but it's going to be a pretty penny, I already know. So I am just going to enjoy what I have right now when it comes to these two guys. So it's a card back of it. So if you want to pause and read that, you may. So I think this would be an awesome line to collect. Nothing but concept figures. So that way you could like see what the original thought of, what they thought before they changed everything. I mean, look at C-3PO. But yeah, very cool. Very cool indeed. Okay, and so let's go ahead and now these two are from The Force Awakens. These aren't 3 3/4 figures, but these are the 6-inch basic figures. So let me go ahead and make a little room here. I won't pause the video, but we'll just set everything up. I know it's going to block a lot of stuff, but you gotta have room, you know? Gotta make the room. So here we have the basic figures for BB-8 and R2-D2. So I think I had a BB-8 and I was looking for a R2-D2 and never could find it. If I did, I never did pick one up. But luckily I was able to get a set of these, you know. So whatever extra I had, I think of BB-8, I sold it and just kept this one because it came together from him. So very happy to have that. So let's go ahead and move these two guys out the way. And so finally, the final piece I have. Now this is I do need to find a clamshell for this, but I forgot what was wrong with this. I don't think anything was wrong with it, or maybe it was. Maybe this is like some kind of error on this card. There was like maybe a handful of them. God, I wish he was still alive so I can ask him, you know. But anyways, I want to say, well, no, I don't want to say because I don't want to give out the wrong information. I just don't remember what it was that was wrong with this figure. There was something that was missing, or it was, I don't know. But anyways, sorry about that. This was the Darth Maul. This is from the episode 1, and I do need to get a clamshell for this. I don't like having it in this flimsy plastic, but it'll have to do for right now. So, but anyways, but yeah, like I said, there was some kind of error or something with this figure. I just don't remember what. It was like only like a handful of them. I just wish I could go back in time and find out what it was. But anyways, so that is part. Yep, that was it in that box. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video and going through this stuff with me, you know, because I hadn't seen this stuff in a long time. I was actually cleaning out. When cleaning out, I was trying to get to something that I needed, you know, and I just opened it up and I was like, you know what, this would be a good video to kind of share what I have in this video. So I'm going to kind of slowly but surely go through these things again with y'all as I put these back in the box. So that way you can kind of, in closing, y'all can see what I have. So here's the 2 Black Series that I got. Princess Leia. I'm so glad they went through the face scan. They just ruined it for me with these Black Series from the original when they first came out. But when Black Series came out, when The Force Awakens was released, and they were just so bad, you know. I just hope they go back and re-release all those figures that they originally put out, the first 100 or whatever. And isn't that Darth Maul amazing? Look at that. It's an awesome figure. This Boba Fett vintage collection is amazing as well. So, and this concept figure. Yeah, I would love to start collecting these concept figures. I think these would be sweet to collect, you know. I'm pretty sure they come pretty reasonable, you know, but, you know, yeah, I'm going to have to look into it. Maybe see what that's all about. All right. Let's see what we got here. Anyways, trying to make sure that everything is good to go. All right, there we go. Okay, let's go ahead and this. So I really do like this set. These 2 sets right here, these collection sets, I think these sets are pretty good, pretty cool, you know, pretty amazing. Let's go ahead and put these back. Yeah. So take one last look at that. Right. And here are the final 3 pieces in the King's box that we'll take a look at real quick. So these are the variants of card backs. And here's the back of it, you know. If I can find more, I mean, I can find more, but I wouldn't mind starting to get into more of the Power of the Force figures. They're like Star Wars on steroids because they're so bulky, you know. A lot of people like them, though. A lot of people like these style of figures, and that's okay. Well, anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This little ramble half the time. But comment down below what you think of this stuff. If you had any, or if you have any in your collection. And let me know what you think of this box. You know, what I pulled out from this box, you know. And words of wisdom. Buy what you love and not what you like. Because if you buy what you like, you will always end up getting rid of it. And I will catch y'all later.